Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's MasterAquatics bringing you guys another video. In this video, I recently moved all of my baby angelfish back into their 20-gallon tank. I was making some moves, making some adjustments. I'm moving some fish around and I'm setting up aquariums because I'm gonna get started on some new projects. But while I was doing this, I had to stop progressing and I had to focus on this immediately because my baby angelfish, they started dying. I couldn't figure out what was wrong. I had my koi and marble angelfish living in that 20-gallon tank and they were doing just fine. But as soon as I put all my baby angelfish in there, they all just started dying. So I had to think of something, and I had to think of something fast because this happened to my first batch of baby angelfish and I don't want this happening again. I put a lot of time and effort and money into these guys. It'd be a shame if they all died for nothing. I did lose a handful, and instead of letting them go to waste, I decided to feed them to my marble and koi angelfish. My marble angelfish was quick to pick up on those baby angelfish being a live food source. My koi, he didn't recognize them as a food source right away. He's a gentle giant. He's pretty big and he's pretty nice. He's not aggressive at all. By the way, no aggression whatsoever towards the smaller angelfish. They are really good angelfish. People say angelfish are aggressive, and they can be, but it also depends on the angelfish that you have. So these two are doing well as far as aggression, but I fed them those baby angelfish because that's the best thing you can feed your angelfish. It's highly nutritious and packed with lots of nutrients and proteins. It's like the best thing to give your angelfish. As long as they don't have any bacterial infections or anything of that nature, then it's fine to feed them your baby angelfish. People will do this. Angelfish breeders will do this when they're culling, and they'll feed them to their bigger fish. I fed them about 6 to 8 of them, and it was mainly the marble angelfish that kept eating them. The koi, again, wasn't recognizing them as a food source, so he wasn't really going after them. And of course, the smaller ones are not going to go after them. But I had to figure out what was going on with this tank, so I decided to buy some test strips. And these test strips are from API. Instead of buying the big bundled pack of test strips, I bought some that only had like 4 in it, and it was around $7, and I decided to give them a try and figure out what's going on with my water. Alright guys, so here are the results. So as you can see, I've already lined up the blocks with the correct and appropriate opposite. So the top one here, I'm showing white. It kind of has a little pink tint to it, so I'm gonna say it's 20 for nitrates. And then for nitrite, it looks like we have 0.5. For the pH, freshwater, it looks like I would say 7.5. 7.5 pH. Alright, so now we're gonna look at our carbonate hardness, and it looks like it has some greenish to it. I'm gonna say that's about 120. And then last we have the general hardness, which is a pretty good blue, so I'm gonna say that looks like 120. Alright, so now if you're doing this for the first time, or if you're new to water testing, and you don't understand what these are, because I don't know what carbonate hardness is, but the good thing about this test strip is you can flip it over and it'll tell you and explain to you what everything is, and it'll also explain to you if you're doing good or if your water is doing bad. So check this out. Alright, so for the nitrate test, we got 20. So if you look here and it says 20, it has like a gray shade in that box. So if you go down, it says here that a gray box is ideal. So you want to be in the ideal water conditions. And then for the nitrate test, we got 0.5. So 0.5 caution. It says continue to monitor. Okay, so it looks like according to that test strip, there's something going on with my nitrites, and that's not good. But it's not too bad. It's just a little bit of nitrites. The pH test, we got 7.5. For cichlids, okay, that's a little too hard. Okay, so there's a lot of things going on with my water, and I'm glad I got this test strip. The KH test, it says 120 for the cichlids. That's bad. Okay, the GH for general hardness. For general hardness, we got 120. And according to this chart, 120 is a white box that says caution. So there's a lot of things wrong with this water, and I'm glad I got this test strip. So I'm going to have to think of something, and I'm gonna have to try to save these babies. Alright guys, so I decided to test this water again, and I just want to double check and see if that first test strip was accurate. If it gives me the same results, I'm gonna have to move all these guys to another tank, but before I move them I gotta make sure that the next tank that I put them in is stable and is good. So right now I'm gonna pull this out and I'm gonna go over the results of the second test strip. Alright guys, so I went ahead and I tested it 3 times. Yes, I tested the water 3 times, same results. So pretty much it was telling me I need to lower my nitrates. So I did a little bit of research and I came to this product, and I was convinced that I needed to buy this. So I went to my PetSmart and I paid $18 for this bottle that's supposed to lower the nitrites. I should have read what it says on the bottle of the Prime dechlorinator, because Prime pretty much does the same thing, but I thought maybe I would have better luck with this product. So the directions on that bottle says to shake it, and well, before you shake it you got to do a water change, do like a 25% water change or whatever. And so that's what I did, and that's what I was going to do initially. So I just went in the tank and I just got rid of as much debris as I can, and food particles and dead fish, and just really just clean house, you know, just really take my time with it and just clean as much as I can. That way I can provide the cleanest water. And this is my method of doing the water change for my fry tank. As you can see, it's kind of ghetto, quote unquote, and that's how I've been doing it for a while. There's only been one time where that thing actually tipped over and spilt 5 gallons of water everywhere, and that was a while back, and I've made sure since then not to repeat that mistake. And here I'm just showing the amount of dead fish that I had that day. It was quite a handful. There's a few live ones in there too, and there's actually a few in there that were about to die. But anyways, you know, water change, and as soon as I put enough water back in there after taking the right amount of water, I'm going to add that Tetra Safe Smart. But before I do that, while I'm adding water in there, I dechlorinate the water as the tap water is going in. People say you shouldn't do that, but after I did that, I went ahead and I started putting in the medication. It said to only use 2 teaspoons, 1 teaspoon per 10 gallons. So that's what I did. So these are my baby angelfish. Well, you can't see them now because I don't have the light on, but there we go. And also, let me go ahead and move the light forward so you guys can get better look. And there are my babies. They are alive and well. There's a bunch of them in here. I decided to just put them all in here. I was afraid at first. I thought these guys would go after them, and they kind of did at first, but then they realized their mouths aren't big enough to eat those guys yet. So, and these small angelfish, they've been grazing and all of the algae that's in here, and all of the microorganisms, or whatever you want to call it. They've been eating a lot of natural food in here. I haven't really been feeding them or anything. And the 7 angelfish that I got from my first batch, they're right here. They're growing really slow, but they're finally starting to look like juvenile angelfish. As you can see, that one, I'm just confused. I'm not sure why they have a leopard pattern to them, because the male certainly doesn't have that. Must have been like a hidden gene or something like that. So these guys, they're doing well. Here's a shot of the tank. You can kind of see them all in the background. A lot of the babies are hiding in the plants, and they're just kind of all over the place. Doesn't seem like it's a lot, but it is. The camera doesn't pick up everything, especially since the lighting is so towards the front. Let me see if this will make a difference. Let me just try this real quick. I guess you guys can see them now, but you know, there's a bunch in the background, you know, as you can see. If you guys don't think it's a lot, try counting them. And if you were able to count them, please let me know down in the comment section how many you counted and how many is in this tank, because everywhere I look, there's a handful of these guys. See? You guys didn't believe me, but there they are, hiding in the plants right over there. You guys were doubting me. I sensed it. I felt it. But these guys are doing A-okay. They're doing awesome. But seriously, everywhere I point the camera, I see baby angelfish. They're everywhere. They have completely taken over this tank. So that's the update on them. Let's go ahead and check out the koi and the marble. They'll be in the 125 gallon pretty soon. And as you can see, they're still greeting me when they see me. I just fed them a while ago, so I don't know why they're begging me for food again, but typical angelfish behavior, man. I'm telling you, they have no shame in their game. As soon as they see you, they want to be impolite and be rude and just start asking you for food. Come on, man. Is that all I am to you? You just associate me with food, man. That's so unfair. I thought we were friends. I thought we were more than just a feed and food type relationship. Anyways, I'm still in love with these guys. They are still my favorite angelfish that I got as of right now. Just wanted to show you guys what's been going on with me. Let me know what you guys been up to. I'll be posting a lot more, so stay tuned for that. My name is MasterAquatics, and I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, take care and peace out. Bye bye.
Thank you, young God, for the blessing, ayy.